Strippers of Reddit, what are some things you want people to know? Had a close call in Ankara, Turkey a few years back. I went to a burlesque show. The girls were mostly naked, but it was a different scene. More like a stage with 6 girls with tassels on their tits who would then mingle with the men sitting down for dinner. One of the girls noticed that I was American, and she had a very concerned look on her face. And she pulled me aside to warn me that this place isn't like the strip clubs in America. Here you are charged by the minute. And she told me about Americans who would unknowingly rack up massive bills that they could not pay, leading them to get beat up severely or worse by the bouncers. I got up and left, and in fact, I was on a timer, and it took them 5 minutes to tally up my bill, which came to more than $100 just for about 25 minutes in the club, drinking 1 beer. That's pretty cool of her to save you some trouble like that. There is a show on Netflix where a dude investigates scams around HeWorld. There was the episode where you go to a strip club in Europe and buy like 2 beers, and they charge you like $900 as each beer is $450. The scam starts from the taxi guy. Don't ask a taxi to take you to a strip club. They get a cut bringing clueless tourists. Then a huge burly bouncer frog marches you to an ATM and beats you up if you don't. I used to work at a strip club, not a dancer, and the girls would cut the strings off their tampon so it wasn't visible to the outside world. Sometimes they get lost up there and they look to one of the only sober women present to fish it out. It was always great fun. Also, the girls had code words. If a guy offered to buy them a drink, if the girl ordered a vodka and lemonade, it meant they wanted water and would rather have the money from the drink given to them. At $9 each drink, the girls made a nice little sum on the side. We had envelopes for all of the girls where the money would go into. The guy thought he was buying her a drink at $9, and that's what he paid, only he was paying it directly to her via US at the bar, and she was having a lemonade or a water. Smart on multiple levels. You save extra money and avoid getting tipsy drunk while working, making it easy to finish your shift at full strength and get home safely. But then you get the lost tampon retrieval duty if you're not drunk, so I don't know about that. I have a few stripper acquaintances, friends, and they tell me they sometimes rub hand sanitizer all over themselves after a particularly gross customer. Make sure you clarify you want one dance. This way they will ask if you actually want another, or just dance until Visa gets a boner. This happened to me. First time at a club on my birthday, friends wanted to get me a double dance in the VIP room, and I didn't know about this. 3 songs later, my friends didn't want to cover it, leaving me high and dry. Was fantastic up until that point, though. Same happened to me on my bachelor party, except it was like 5 songs. And the group of 10 guys I was with, who all said, make sure he has a good time, had pretty much all left. Don't fall in love with the girls. My friend went nuts over a very nice stripper and spent much of a small inheritance buying dances and drinks. Kept asking her out and she kept noping on it with the usual, we can't date the customers line. He kept asking nicely. One night she must have felt sorry for him because she took him in the VIP room and sat him down. Standing in front of him with nothing on but a pair of FMPs, she told him, look at me. I look good enough to make a very nice living just taking my clothes off. Do you honestly think for 1 second that I don't have a boyfriend? He was crushed. My brother used to fall for strippers all the time, to the point it became embarrassing. I tried to talk sense into him but never had any luck. Over the course of 15 years, he actually landed one. I never heard the end of it. That is, until a couple of weeks later they got into some petty argument and she literally trashed his house and stole a bunch of stuff. I always thought that was point. Anyway, dude went on to marry a Russian mail-order bride, got divorced after 7 weeks, and now lives in Thailand and has been married to a woman 20 years younger than him who he can't communicate with because she doesn't speak English. She and her entire family lives off of his income and savings. I think some guys are just like that. Don't take photos, not even on Snapchat. Had a friend whip out his camera phone during a bachelor party. Bouncers kicked out the whole party of 25. He wasn't popular that night. I had similar at my Bucks night. My brother-in-law, 18 at the time, Snapchatted a photo of a dancer. The bouncer was screaming at him to delete the photo and he was terrified trying to explain that Snap didn't save, so there was nothing for him to delete. He and one other guest got kicked out, so we all left for another club. Don't sit at front of the stage if you aren't tipping. How do you put Bitcoin in a thong? Do not wear sweatpants. Edit. Dancers can feel every inch of your junk when you wear sweatpants, basketball shorts, and they don't want to feel like they're having sex with you. They're doing a strip tease, not a strip please. I once had a stripper tell me flat out that I should be wearing sweatpants or joggers. Those poor girls have to grind on jeans all goddamn night. Must be painful. Same. She complained about my jeans hurting and suggested sweatpants. I told her I thought that'd be creepy, and she said it would feel better for everyone. I don't know why men do this, but please don't lick me. I'm just trying to do my job, and my job does not entail being licked. I'm also gross and sweaty and am not prepared to have my butt cheek, face cheek, my belly button, EKT licked. Normally I love my job, it can be a lot of fun, but please just treat me like a human being. Also, this has only happened once, but please don't try to insert your money into my asshole, it's super rude. From what I've read from a stripper's blog before, if you haven't tried it yet, maybe try spraying hairspray on your neck, shoulder region, or wherever you want to protect. It tastes really gross and makes it more unlikely for them to try again. I have a question for the strippers of Reddit as well. If there is a strip club that has a particularly good deal on a steak and shrimp combo, is it rude of me to go only for the food? Nah, not really. Best to do so during daytime. If a girl walks up to you, simply and respectfully state that you aren't interested in any dances. But if they want to stay and chat, that is cool too. Lots of these clubs are notable for being decent steakhouses, so it's not like you aren't bringing them business anyway, so no need to feel bad. But if you are done eating and straight up watching the stage, while also telling women you have no money or don't want to dance, may make some upset as seeing you are more loitering for the show and not participating. The first time I was at a strip club, I told the girls up front that I wasn't getting a lap dance, any extra attention or whatever. They were all very appreciative and polite about it. Several just sat down and chatted anyway. One woman who had just done the splits on the ceiling from the pole turned out to be a former contender for the Olympic gymnastic team. She developed very large breasts early on and killed her gymnastics career. She said, "I'll never be on a Wheaties box, but I've got no complaints." I think that too many guys forget that the stripper on stage has a life and a story behind it. The women I met that night were all fascinating in their own way. A lot of people don't know we gotta pay to work every damn night. Most I've known work as an independent contractor for the club, so they have to pay to rent the club space each night they work. Also, the club usually seems to take a chunk of lap dance cost. One old friend got $20 of a $40 dance and had a club fee of $100 night. Keep your goddamn hands to yourself until someone gives you plain and clear permission to touch them. For real. First time I went for brother's bachelor party, I was real hands off because I didn't know any etiquette. Halfway through, she grabbed my hands and put them on her ass. Another lap dance with someone else. When I tried the same, the woman told me touching is extra, so it varies by person. General rules are pretty much as follows. Stay off the stage, don't touch their money, ask before you touch a dancer. If a bouncer tells you to do something, comply. There are lots of other rules that may or may not apply, but they will vary by establishment. If you follow those golden rules, you should be okay though. Ask before you touch a dancer. This one confuses me. I went to a club in a state with strict no skin-to-skin touching. This is why the customers had to be in real shirts and long pants. The dancer was trying some serious acrobatic skills and asked me to hold her. My hands were planted next to my legs, so I thought this was a trick. She then kinda sighed, grabbed my arms, placed one on her ass and the other on her back, and said, "Hold on," and she went upside down. Pretty sure my nose penetrated while she pretended she was in Australia. I thought for sure the police would be coming for me afterwards. Best dance ever. I bounced at a strip club for a few years, and I have seen so many things people do that make me want to high-five them in the face with a folding chair. Bring money and tip the girls. Don't have money. Then don't go to the strip bar. No, they are not going to sleep with you, but they are going to be wickedly sexy for you, which is wonderful. So sit back and enjoy the fantasy and keep your hands and tongue and other body parts to yourself until the ride has come to a complete stop. Buying the girl a drink is usually a waste of time. She will have a drink the bartender makes that is virgin. She's not going to get drunk and find you sexy through beer goggles. Instead, buy yourself the drink and give the money to the girl. She wants it more than drinks anyway. Take a bath before going out to any bar, but especially a strip club. That girl is in her underwear or less and touching you. Don't make it icky. Tip her. Yes, I said that earlier, but it bears repeating. Tip your stripper. The girls there are often very friendly, and yes, it has a lot to do with getting you to spend money, but the fact is they are hella fun to hang out with as well, so have fun and be friendly with them. They will reciprocate the positive vibes, I promise. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss new and the coolest stories from all over Reddit in the future. See you next time.